you for joining today's session on apprenticeships. My name's Sean Murphy and I work within the Enterprise and Employment Department at the college. My main role is to provide apprenticeship opportunities for apprentices and source those roles in the hopes that you can then begin an apprenticeship with your desired career. So in today's session, I'm going to cover a few areas that will hopefully give you an understanding of how apprenticeship works, but also what the process is going forward. So I'll be covering what are apprenticeships, why would you choose an apprenticeship? I'll cover the apprenticeship levels and what they represent. I will cover what the apprenticeship offer is. I'll also cover the employer and how it works with them. We'll also discuss the pay. We'll discuss the recruitment process and the application process. I'll introduce you to the apprenticeship team. Then there's a couple of testimonies that I like to cover so you can get some day of the life experiences of what our apprentices go through. Finally, there's a few useful links to help you in your search for apprenticeships. Then we'll discuss what the next steps are going forward. And then at the end of the presentation, we'll leave it open for you guys to ask any questions that you might have. So what is an apprenticeship? So it's a real job with learning, personal and development. You will gain industry skills, professional competencies that employers are looking for, which will then help you start your career. All our apprentices work full-time, which would equate to a minimum of 30 hours per week, whilst also studying with the college at the same time. Typically, your week is split so that you spend 80% of your time with the employer and 20% in training. And that can look like in different things. So as an example, some apprentices come in once per week and then go to work 4 days a week, whereas some apprentices work for 5 days a week every 3 weeks, and then on the fourth week come into college. But whilst they're at work, they also do online studying. All apprenticeship programs must be at least 1 year and 1 day, but this will vary depending on the apprenticeship, with some apprenticeships lasting up to 3 or 4 years. Training is fully funded by the government, which means that you don't have to pay for any training, which is great, especially if you're looking to do a university degree as well. Apprenticeships cover a wide range of industries, so there's loads of different opportunities for you to look into. So why choose an apprenticeship? So first of all, you can earn while you learn, and the training is free. And this is including at all levels, like I said earlier, with degree apprenticeships. You're training in the skills that employers want. There's excellent progression opportunities in both the academic and professional career. You can increase your future earning potential. It's a great way to get back into the workplace after a career break, or you may actually be currently in a job role but looking to retrain into a new different career. And it also develops the skills, knowledge and behaviors that will help you start off in your career. So now let's talk about the apprenticeship levels. So as you can see on this slide, you can see which level of apprenticeship equates to which academic equivalency that is. So as an example, you've got level 2 will equivalent to 5 GCSEs. Level 3 is equivalent to 2 A levels. Level 4 is a certificate of higher education. Level 5 is a diploma in higher education. Level 6 will be similar to the bachelor's degree. And level 7 is equivalent to the postgrad or master's degrees. Now, in terms of the apprenticeships that we offer at the college, we offer level 2 customer service, which is a 15-month program. Level 3 customer service specialist, which is also a 15-month program. We also offer level 3 business administration, which again is 15 months. And we also offer operational management, which is a 2-year apprenticeship. Now, with these business and professional apprenticeships, you'll be attending college in Southgate, and that will be on a once-a-month basis. Now, for construction, what we currently offer is the gas engineering apprenticeship. Now, in this program, our training is based at the Collindale Centre, and you'd come into training for 1 day per week whilst working 4 days a week. Now let's talk about the employment and the employer. So to enroll as an apprentice, you first of all need to be employed. So to get employed, you can choose one of the employers that we're working with and you can apply for that role. You can find your own employment, whether that's through connections through family or friends, or you might approach a business directly yourself. Or alternatively, you might apply for jobs that are available online and then ask the college to then contact the employer afterwards to discuss the apprenticeship program. All our vacancies can be found on our website under apprenticeship vacancies. And if you've got any specific inquiries about each or any of the roles, you can contact the apprenticeship team with the details showing up shortly. Now, once you're employed as an apprentice, you'll be considered a full-time employee with that organisation. So that means that you get a contract of employment, which will cover the full duration of your apprenticeship. You'll be contracted for at least 30 hours per week, but most of our apprentices work somewhere between 35 and 40 hours per week. Now, your contracted hours also include any time spent in college. So typically you're looking at doing about 28 hours working with about 7 hours worth at college, all of which is paid for. You'd also have the same rights and responsibilities as any of other member of staff, which means that you're treated as every other employee would be. This also means you get access to things like a pension scheme. You get access to private healthcare if the employer offers it. You get offered bonuses if that's part of your job role, and any other requirements that the employer might have. As well as that, your employer will provide a mentor to support you in your training and development, and as will the college as well. Now, in terms of the apprenticeship pay, we encourage all our employers to pay the national minimum wage. However, some of our employers may choose to pay between the national minimum wage and the apprenticeship wage. You have a box on your right, which you can see a breakdown of the wages. Now, so the first one, which hopefully you can see my mouse, is the current rates. So this is for people looking to apply right now or looking to apply between now and April next year. So the apprentice wage is currently set at £4.30, and as you can see, it goes up slightly depending on the age group. Now, from April 2022, the government's already released what the wages will increase to. So this is for apprentices that might be going into their second year, or it could be new apprentices who are looking to apply for next year. At least you're aware of what your minimum wages could be. Now, in terms of pay, you'll be under the employer's PAYE system, which means you normally get paid every month. Some employers, it could be weekly or every 2 weeks. And throughout your apprenticeship, they might have certain periods like probations where you start off at one point, say £4.30 an hour, but you do a 3-month probation. And once you've completed that, they might increase your wage to £6.56. What I would say on this front is that the employer would let you know the structure of payment prior to you starting, because this will have an impact on whether or not you choose to go with that particular employer. Now, in terms of recruitment, so we advertise our vacancies on the college website, but also on the National Apprenticeship Service and Indeed. Now, on our college website, we have the name and the type of apprenticeship of the employer that's offering, whereas in the National Apprenticeship Service and Indeed, you have the full job specification. It's important that you read through the full details of the program to make sure you're happy with what the employer is offering and also what the job role would be. Sorry. Now, once you've got an idea of what role you want to go for or what apprenticeship you want to go for, we would do one of two things. We can invite you to a weekly recruitment session, which takes place on Zoom. This gives us the opportunity to go through our apprenticeships in detail with yourself, similar to what we're doing today, and also gives us an opportunity to arrange one-to-ones where we can go through your eligibility for the program and go through the specifics of the program to you. What's also included as part of the recruitment process is an online initial assessment in maths and English. This is to help us determine what level you're working at, but also to see what support you might need on the program. And as I said, we do a one-to-one called an information, advice and guidance session, which is where we actually find out what it is you're looking to do specifically and go through the program and how it relates to yourself. So to actually start your application process and start inquiring about apprenticeships. At the moment, there's two member of the team for the sales team. So you've got myself, Sean Murphy, and my colleague Jennifer, and you have a contact information for the main office. So feel free to get in contact with us about any apprenticeship inquiries you might have. Now, what you can see here is two testimonies. One is for the customer service level 2 apprentice who is currently studying with us, and we've also got a business administration apprentice as well. So for our customer service level 2 apprentice, I'm just going to read through their testimony now. So their experience at the college has been an effective one in terms of the rapid response and support they got from the apprenticeship sales team. So in a short matter of time, less than a week, I was already booked for an interview with the help of the team, who spent time with me and had a great communication at all times. They helped me become confident and gain employment. So that person's just speaking about their experience prior to starting with the apprenticeship and the service that we provide to help them get onto the program. Whilst the level 3 business admin apprentice is actually discussing what it's like to be on program. So this person's been a student at the college for a year and they're looking forward to studying further. It's a great place to learn with lots of resources and great tutors. The course delivery is great and support provided is extremely helpful. I've really enjoyed my course at the college and highly recommend it to others looking to continue their learning. Also on our website, if you'd like to find out more testimonies about the different areas that we cover, there is an area on our website which we can send through to you. This will also include employer testimony, so you can see how employers' experience is with the college as well. Now, in terms of some useful links to help you with searching for vacancies, I have included two links here, which is one for the apprenticeship vacancies that we advertise on the college website, and also the gov.uk's apply for an apprenticeship service. This will then allow you to actually access the vacancies and start looking through what the job role is and where the employers are based, how much they're paying, when the program starts, and when they're looking to recruit. So you have all that information in those two places. So next steps. So the first step is to contact the apprenticeship team directly. It's at that point we can invite you into one of our recruitment sessions. Now, if you don't feel comfortable attending the recruitment session online, we can book a one-to-one and do the session as a one-to-one basis. What that then will allow us to do is discuss what vacancies you want to be put forward for. But this also gives you the chance to actually seek employment yourselves. Now, if you're looking at our vacancies and you're seeking your own employment yourselves, it just increases your chances of finding an employer to work and to start the apprenticeship. Now, once you know what roles you want to be put forward for, we would need your CV. So that way we can send it over to an employer who would then either ourselves or them will contact you regarding when interviews are taking place. Now, prior to interviews, we will be happily help you out in terms of preparing you for that interview, whether it's running a mock interview or sending some worksheets on familiar questions that you might get during an interview. We just want to make sure that you're ready for the next step there. What I would also ask you to do is check your emails daily and answer the phone's private numbers. The reason for this is if an employer contacts you directly, you want to be able to give a great first impression. So answer your phone and your emails in a polite and professional manner. You may find that once you've answered that call, it might not be an employer, it could be something completely different. But at least then, if it was the employer, you've covered yourself in good stead. Now, once you've interviewed and you've been selected as successful and they want to hire you as an apprentice, we would encourage that they take you on for a 1 to 2 week job trial. Now, this is for two reasons. It gives you the option to see how it's like to work with the employer, to see if you like it there and see if it's the right environment for you without committing to a long-term apprenticeship. It also gives the employer a chance to see how you fit in, but also to see what area in their business you would be best suited for. What we do during that process is we have a work trial contract with the employer to make sure that that sets out your terms and conditions prior to you starting the apprenticeship, so that the way you're aware of what you're being paid and what you're asked to do. Now, once you've completed your trial, You can then got one or two choices. You can accept the role that they offer you, at which point we can enroll you so that you can start college, or you may feel it's not the right role for you and you'd like to revisit one of the other vacancies we have on offer. We'd rather you be open and honest and let us know what you want to do from that point forward, so that way we can support you the best way we can, but also put you in with an employer that suits your needs. Now, in terms of the enrolment process, we would arrange that directly with yourself and employer, normally through an online session on Teams, or we would come to visit yourself and the employer at the premises, so that way we can start you at college. Now, the good thing about college is with the apprenticeship program specifically is we can enroll you all year round. So as soon as you've got the job ready, we can then get you started. So thank you for joining me on this session. I'm going to open up to questions now. So if anyone's got any questions, feel free to write some questions in the box area and I will answer as many as I can. So the first question I have received is, do you guys do level 1 BTEC? So we do offer a range of level 1, level 2 and level 3 BTECs across different areas at the college. My suggestion would be you can either visit our website to see what's available, or you can attend our Wood Street Open Day, which is on the 24th of November, which starts from 3:30 and finishes at 6:30. Again, if you want to book in for that, please go onto our website and you can do so. The next question. I'm taking my GCSEs in May 2022. Would you be able to advise what I should do from now? Are there any prerequisites before I can enroll into the apprenticeship program? So what I would normally say, if you're looking for an apprenticeship to start in September, the best time to start the process would be early next year, around about March, April time. And what I would suggest between now and then is have a think about what job role you're interested in and what program you're looking to do. If you know what apprenticeship program you want to go into or what job role you want to go into, it just makes the whole process a lot easier for yourself. Now, once you get to kind of April time, we can then arrange the recruitment session so we can start the process and check your eligibility, but also go through the program with you so you understand what's involved. And then once you've completed your GCSEs, we can then start arranging interviews with the employer to ensure that you're not having interviews in the middle of your GCSEs. Next question. I just want you to know if it would be more ideal for me to do a level 3 in IT or a level 2 as my GCSEs and A levels. I would suggest, well, typically what would happen is if you would apply, say, for a level 3 IT, you would have an interview with the department. They would then look at your GCSEs and A levels and determine what level would be appropriate. Now, if you've got a level 2 prior qualification in IT, as an example, you might be more suited to level 3, as that will be a natural progression route for yourself. Whereas if this is the first time you did an IT, it might be better off to do level 2, so you get some knowledge to begin with before progressing to level 3. But again, if you attend our open event on the 24th, you'll be able to speak with the IT department, who will be able to give you all the information you need about the courses. So the next question, I booked for a Wood Street campus interview to go to business, but is there business there? Yes, so the business department is based at Wood Street, so that's where you would need to attend to speak to the department on the open day. Next question, do you cover game design and animation or computer apprenticeships? At the moment, we're not offering that, and I don't believe we'll be offering it from September next year as well. So my suggestion on that front is if you go on to the Find an Apprenticeship service or the apprenticeship service in general, you can apply for live vacancies. It's a very straightforward website to use. You just type in what apprenticeship you're looking for, your postcode, and how far you're willing to travel, and it will bring up every live vacancy for you to look through. From there, you can inquire directly with the college that runs that program, or you can apply directly with the employer themselves. Next question. Is there a minimum GCSE grades to get onto apprenticeships? And if I don't get maths and English, would I also study this at college until I pass? So there isn't a specific GCSE requirement to get onto an apprenticeship. Um, Part of the reason why we do the maths and English assessment is because some people don't have GCSEs or they might have achieved, say, a grade two. But if they do the assessments and they come at an appropriate level where we feel they can handle the course, then we can accept them onto the program. Now, if you don't have your GCSEs or any equivalents for maths and English at grade four or above, you would be enrolled for level two functional skills as part of the apprenticeship, and that will be embedded in part of your training. So if you come in for 1 day a week for training, you'll be also doing your functional skills as well as your theory for the chosen apprenticeship you're enrolled at. So next question. I am from Southgate College, student level one electrician. Can I apply for an apprenticeship? So we don't offer electrical installation apprenticeships at the college, but you can apply for an apprenticeship in electrical installation. So the apprenticeship for electrical is level three, and it lasts for about 4 years. And how that apprenticeship works is you cover elements from level one, level two, and level three. What we can do is, if you send us an email, I can share with you the link so that you can apply for the apprenticeship for electrical, or at least start you on the path so you can look at the apprenticeship. Does Barnet do business? Yes, so Barnet campus at Wood Street, that's where we offer business. Now, we also offer business admin apprenticeships, but the classes take place in Southgate once a month. Um, so on that front, you'd be studying business admin apprenticeships at Southgate, but the actual classes for business BTEC will be in Wood Street. Hopefully that answers your question. Where would you find the information for the course, as I'm not too sure what I want to do yet, as I'm doing my GCSEs? So on our website, if you click on, you can either go through two ways. You can click on courses and then click on apprenticeships. And from there, it will list all our apprenticeship courses, but also have information on the apprenticeships we offer. Now, if you're not, because with an apprenticeship, it's important to have an understanding of what job role you want to do. I would suggest also start thinking about what job roles that interest you that you want to go into. Now, what you could do is you can actually go onto the Find an Apprenticeship service and look at live vacancies to see what actually entails in that specific job role. So, as an example, if you're interested in business admin, you either ourselves or you can go on that website and we can go through those vacancies and you can see what entails in the job. And then from there, hopefully, you'll be able to make a decision on whether or not you feel that's appropriate for what you are looking to do. Next question. So should I go to Wood Street, but if I do level one BTEC for a year, can I move on to the apprenticeship? I also heard that when I finish my level one BTEC, I can go to college and do the work there and work within the next 4 days. So in terms of your BTEC, if you wanted to do your BTEC level one in business, you'd need to go to Wood Street. Now, once you completed that, if you wanted to transition over to an apprenticeship, you can do that. There's no problem with that whatsoever. If you prefer to just jump straight onto the apprenticeship program, we can invite you into our recruitment session so that we can go through all the checks and criteria of the role, also the courses as well, and make sure that you're happy with what's involved in the program. Now, if you get accepted onto the apprenticeship program for business, you wouldn't go to Wood Street for your training. It would be Southgate, but it would only be once a month. Next question. When do I apply for the apprenticeship course? So my suggestion would be if you're doing your GCSEs and you're due to take them in May, June, July next year in 2022, I would suggest to start applying around about March, April time. That's when a lot of businesses tend to do their recruitment, but it also means that it gives you time to think about what you want to do before you start applying. Now, what I would suggest is if you're doing your GCSEs May, June, July, is not to go out for interviews during that process and to concentrate on your GCSEs. But once you've completed those, that's when I would suggest start going out for interviews with employers. So that way you've completed your GCSEs, you don't have to worry about, going through your exams. You can just concentrate on your next steps. Now, in terms of anyone here who hasn't got their GCSE grades yet, because obviously you're due to take them in 2022, what we would do is we'd use the assessment as like a primary gauge to see where you're working out. So we do maths and English assessment, and if you're showing that you're working at, say, level 1 or level 2, we can see that you're working at a desired level for the apprenticeship. And then once you complete your GCSE and get your results, we can then let you know what you'll be doing maths and English wise as part of the course, but will also help us determine, if an employer will select you as an example. Have you got any other questions from anyone? For anyone that's looking for the links for our apprenticeship programs, or any information on our apprenticeships, if you click on the chat button, my colleague has posted some website links for you and some contact information. So please feel free to jot all that information down. So that way you can apply for or look for information that you're looking to get. Additionally, if you want to contact us for more information, or if some people don't feel as comfortable asking questions in this format, feel free to contact the apprenticeship team. Again, if you go into the chat, you can see the details on there, and then we'll be more than happy to book a call with yourself and go through more specifics to tailor it to yourself. Additionally, I'll be attending the Apprenticeship Open event on the 24th of November. I'll be there between 3:30 and 6:30. If you want to come to the stand and have a chat with myself, I'm more than happy to do so. Next question. When can I do the test? So in terms of the recruitment process and doing the assessments, you're more than welcome to do them as soon as possible. Or if you wanted to do them early next year when you're starting to apply for the roles, we can do them then. If you're not doing your GCSEs now and you're actually looking for an apprenticeship placement right now, I would suggest contacting myself as soon as you can so we can start that process going for you. And then we can show you what roles are available and start looking at getting you out for interviews as soon as you can. If you're looking to do your GCSEs first and then look onto the apprenticeship, we can still book to speak with you now, or we can do that in early next year. How can I contact you? Okay, if you want to contact me, if you click on the chat button, which should be on the bottom bar on your Zoom screen, all our contact information is provided in the chat function. So before we finish here, please do take note of all those details so that you can give us a call. Let's see, I've got some more questions. So someone's asking about the open event. Yes, so on the 24th of November will be our open day between 3:30 and 6:30. So if you turn up before in that period, you can come and speak to me then. And if you wanted to leave your contact information on that day with myself, and then we can arrange a call to start the application process and start going through vacancies and the different types of roles we have. I'm more than happy to do that. So my contact information, so the best email address to reach the team on is apprentice@barnettsouthgate.ac.uk. If you go onto the last box in the chat function, you can copy and paste it from there, or you can take a picture on your phone or a screenshot, whichever you prefer. If you want to give us a call, there's two numbers you can do. So there's 0208 266 4333 or 0203 764 4333. Either number will come straight through to the department. Have we got any other questions from anyone? So what I will cover before we finish off today is kind of how long it takes from when you apply to actually get the role. Um, so typically, say for instance, we had you attended a recruitment session, say today, like you've attended this session today. From this point to when you get onto the apprenticeship, normally it can take about a week or two. Sometimes it might take a month, maybe slightly longer. I don't put a specific time in because it's all about the roles that you're interested in. So when we have that recruitment session, it's really key that you inform me of what roles you want to go for and be open and honest as you can. This is to ensure that we're placing you with an employer you want to go with and to make sure that the placement's right for you. So if you want to contact me, what you can say is in the email that you send, just say, "Hi, Sean. I attended the open event, a virtual open event. Could we book a call or book a recruitment session to discuss my apprenticeship requirements?" And then either myself or my colleague will respond to that and book you with the next available slot. And then we can then go through all the apprenticeship requirements and what your interests are. And if you don't remember that, you can just say, "Hi, I'd like to apply for an apprenticeship," and we'll contact you the same way. Does anyone else have any questions for me? What I'll do is I'll give it a minute or two to see if any more questions come through, but I'll just give you some information we've covered just so it kind of stays in your memory. If you want to come and meet me physically and discuss your apprenticeship requirements or just get any general advice about apprenticeships, pop down to the Wood Street campus on the 24th of November between 3:30 and 6:30. Um, you can go onto our website and book a slot to do so. You'll have a virtual tour of the whole campus, but it'll also give you opportunity to meet with, for example, A levels or the business department or a number of different departments at the college. So feel free to come down and speak to me then. Our contact information is in the chat box, so please feel free to jot that down so that way you can contact us. Also, if there's any information that you're not quite sure of, our this recording will be posted on our website on the apprenticeship page. So feel free to go on there and there'll be some more information or you can read through this again. Is there any other questions from anyone? It doesn't appear to do. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today and thank you for your input and your questions. If you've got any questions, like I said, feel free to get in contact with us. We're going to finish the session now, so make sure that you've took the contact information so that you can call us and then I'll get back to you straight away. But thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and look forward to seeing you guys on the 24th for the open event at the college.